Welcome to episode 31 of the Grenglish podcast. Roll the intro. I'm Greek Australian. That's why I look like this, but I sound like this. So we have a few interesting thingamaboobies to talk about. Oh, what? I didn't know I could do that. On the podcast today. The first is, y'all know I'm on a wicked learning quest of history and geography and stuff. And one of my followers said that I should read about Alevism. Alevism, also known as Kizibashism, is a 12-verse Shia Islamic mystic tradition whose adherents follow the teachings of the 12 Imams as taught by the founder Haji Bektash Veli. Different from Sunni Islam and Usuli's 12-verse Shia Islam, Alevis have no binding religious dogmas, and teachings are passed on by spiritual leaders called Dele, as with Sufi orders. So someone told me, this is a minority in Turkey. They told me they were part of it. They have faced significant institutional stigma from the Ottoman and later Turkish state and academia, being described as heterodox, to contrast them with the Orthodox Sunni majority. Adherents to Alevism are found primarily in Turkey, and estimates to be percentage of the population of Turkish population are Alevi between 4 to 15%. Wow, that's pretty big. I'm not going to get into the specifics because it looks really long and we don't have that sort of time. But I was told to read a bit about it. So 12 services, there you go. And I was told they're a minority in Turkey. Food. Now that sounds interesting. Lokma, ashur. That they're a minority in Turkey and they have some specific dances. Oh, here you go. Distribution map of a Alevi population in Turkey. So they're mainly like, if that's Turkey, here. Not so far east that they're in like the Kurdish majority of Turkey, but like pretty far, not on the coast, but pretty far east. Demonstrations, there you go. I love learning about minorities in different countries. So I was told to look up Alevi dance. Would you look at that? This guy's dancing, but he still has his Nokia in a case on his belt. I respect that. Does not look that different from Greek stuff. But it is. Cool. Alevi. Alevi ritual dance. Let's see this. Now that's a mustache. Cool. Alevi. There you go. Learn something new. Next we have Sufi. What? What does that mean? Sufi dance? What? Here's the thing. I'm Greek diaspora. And generally speaking, we're not necessarily taught to love Turkish traditions and stuff. So although I really, really love history, like I really do, I have to admit I have a blind spot in my knowledge of I want to get to the point of like knowledge in history that you can tell me 1902 and point at a map, just any date, any year, and point at a map, I'll be like, I have pretty good understanding of what was going on then. And I don't think cultural dislikes or ancient, or not even that ancient, reasons that countries don't like each other is a good reason not to learn about history. All that being said, recently I'm learning more about Turkish history, geography, and culture because I have to admit I have had a blind spot about Turkish culture and history for a long time. And yeah, it is the traditional enemy of Greece, and I am Greek, but I don't think that's a good reason to not learn and be open to learning. So I'm learning a bit more about Turkish culture and stuff, trying to open my eyes. Whoa. So we've learned a bit about the Alevi, and now I'm looking at Sufi, Sufi, whirling dervishes. How do these people not get dizzy? I get dizzy when I stand up. That's pretty unique. There's a lot of things that about Turkish culture that Greeks or Balkanites are like, that's ours. But this is different. I don't think anywhere in the Balkans does, what's it called? Sufi whirling dervishes. Now let's look at the history of it. So Sufi whirling is a form of physical active meditation which originated among certain Sufi groups and which is still practiced by these Sufi dervishes. A dervish is a Muslim who seeks salvation through ascetic practices and meditations, like a monk, or of the Mevlevi order. Mevlevi is a Sufi order that originated in Konya, Turkey, and which is founded by the followers of Jalaluddin. Okay, I can't read that. And other orders such as the, okay, these words are too difficult. It is a customary meditation practice performed within the Sema. Sama is a Sufi ceremony performed as part of a meditation. From the Persian word darvish, aim to reach greater connection with Allah. This is sought through abandoning one's nafs. What's nafs? Is an Arabic word occurring in the Quran, literally meaning self, and has been translated as psyche, ego, or soul. Fair enough. By listening to the music, focusing on God, and the spinning of one's body in repetitive circles, which has been seen as a symbolic imitation of planets in the solar system orbiting the sun. Origin, there you go. Tell me the history of this stuff. Was found as an order. The whirling dervishes were founded by mystic poet Rumi in the 13th century. I know that guy. Initially, Sufi fraternities were organized in leaderships where members followed prescribed disciplines. I assume it's only like men, only men do it. So the Egyptians have a version called Tanura. Pakistan has a version. In the West? No, learning a lot. I am learning a lot. And then Kurds. I know about the Kurds. I know that the ruling party in Turkey doesn't like the Kurds. So the Kurds are an Iranic ethnic group from West Asia. They're indigenous to Kurdistan. In southeastern Turkey, northwestern Iran, and northern Iraq, and northern Syria, consisting of 30 to 45 million people. That's a lot of people. All right, there's a lot to read here. I'm gonna take the week to read up about Kurds. I really don't like that I don't know enough about Turkey. I feel like a terrible historian. The Ayyubi dynasty was a Muslim dynasty of Kurdish origin. Oh, there you go. Oh, Saladin. Saladin was Kurdish? No way. Saladin ad-Din Yusuf ibn Ayyub, commonly known as Saladin, was a Kurdish commander. I did not know that Saladin of the Crusades, right, was Kurdish. Whoa. All right, I gotta learn about the Kurds. Okay, cool. Now let's talk about the minorities of Greece. Now, I walked across the entire nation. And when I was walking Gomotini and Xanthi, I had conversations with old dudes, and they were telling me about the Pomaki or the Pomaks, are a Bulgarian-speaking Muslim inhabiting Bulgaria, northwestern Turkey, and northeastern Greece, about 220,000. Ethno-confessional minority. Oh my God. What is it today with me learning words? As Bulgarian Muslims by the government. The term, I'm sure that the Greek government, the Bulgarian government, and the Turkish government don't all agree on the identity and the origins of the Pomaki. The term has also been used as a wider designation. So in Turkey, the estimates are 350 to 600,000. In Bulgaria, 107,777, very specific. And in Western Thrace in Greece, only 50,000. Oh, okay. They are not officially recognized as one people with the ethnonym of Pomaks. So origins, this is where every debate gets heated. The precise origin has been interpreted differently by Bulgarian, Greek, and Turkish historians. No way! But it's generally considered a descendant of native Eastern Orthodox Bulgarians, and Paulicians. What the hell's a Paulician? Paulicianism was a Christian sect which originated in Armenia in the 7th century. Followers of the sect were called Paulicians and referred to themselves as good Christians. Little is known about the Paulician faith. Oh my God. You know what? It's crazy when you learn about new stuff, especially in history, because it's an adventure. History is an adventure of learning, which is really fun because, I've been reading incessantly about history since I was a kid. I just love history, geography, and learning about shit like this. It's interesting. And at some point, all the YouTube videos, you know it. You've seen most of it, you know what I'm saying? And at some point, you're kind of like, I know it all. To some degree, And then when you learn something new, a new word, a new people, a new area, it's like, oh, great, I have a month of stuff to learn about. It's like listening to your favorite song for the first time, It's like I'm just discovering something new. Anyway, so Paulicians, who also previously converted to Orthodoxy and Catholicism, who converted to Islam during the Ottoman rule of the Balkans. Information, oh, wow. A specific DNA, genetic studies. A DNA mutation HBO, which emerged around about 2,000 years ago on a rare haplotype, is characteristic of Greek Pomaks. Its frequency increased as a consequence of high genetic drift. What's genetic drift? Oh wait, I think I know what that is. Is the changing frequency of an existing gene in a population due to random chance. Okay. This indicates that the Greek Pomaks are an isolated population with limited contacts with their neighbors. A 2014 study also confirms that high homozygosity, and according to MDS analysis, the Greek Pomaks cluster among European populations near the general Greek population. Just when you thought the Balkans weren't divided enough, there are subgroups and subgroups of subgroups in subgroups. You know what I'm saying? Whoa. Yeah, I mean, so when I was notable people, the Grand Vizier of the Ottoman Empire he was a young Turk. Wait, wasn't that the specific guy who made the genocide? Didn't he get assassinated? He did the coup d'etat The Ottoman organizing massacres of Greeks and Armenians. Exiled in Berlin, he supported the nationalist Turks, led by Mustafa Kemal. He was assassinated in Berlin by Tehlirian. That sounds Armenian. Yeah, I think I know this guy. Well, I don't know what to say about that. Rita Wilson. To a Pomac father and Greek mother. What a crazy, crazy world. So yeah, Pomaks. Learning something new. So Pomaki too. Okay, since we're in the Balkans, let's. I've been kind of planning to do a trip because I haven't traveled at all for like a year, and I've traveled for like 7 years straight, and not traveling for a year is making me go crazy. So I'm thinking of doing an Eastern European trip, starting with Thessalonikus, and then going to Plovdiv in Bulgaria. I think Bulgaria is an underrated historical venue, site. Now, I went to Bulgaria. I went to Sofia, or what was the ancient name for Sofia? Serdica. There you go. I was close. And I like Serdica. I mean, Sofia. And I didn't get a chance to go to Plovdiv, which I know has really cool ancient ruins. Old town of Plovdiv. I want to go there. Ancient theatre of Philippopolis. Let's look it up. Philippopolis. I assume that was named after. Who was it named after? I got no idea. Yeah, so I'm kind of very, very excited to visit Plovdiv. What? Look at this aqueduct. And I'm, like, I don't know what it is about East Roman stuff, but like as a kid, obviously it was ancient Greece for me. But I think Eastern Roman history is so much more interesting. You know what I'm saying? Than ancient Greece. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe because I learned all that ancient Greek stuff first, but anyway, I'm so keen to visit Plovdiv. I want to see the theater there, the mosaics, and then I'm gonna hit like a bus route through Bulgaria. I want to go to that Buzludza monument, the Soviet monument. I think that's cool. I haven't done too much Soviet history. I think that's a gold mine. And then this is some stuff like I really did not know about. Tell me if you know this town. Nesebar. Nesebar? What? Nesebar. I just learned about this week. Let me tell you a little something about Nesebar. ChatGPT, producer. What? Useless. As if it doesn't have its own, like... Of course, it only has it in a Greek Wikipedia page. So, being on the borders of an empire threatened by external enemies such as the Byzantine Empire, Nesebar acquired a rich history. Modern city is located on the site of ancient Messimvria. Tell me everything. Messimvria? What? Bulgaria has some hidden places, dude. I haven't even heard of Messimvria. Where the hell is Messimvria? Shows me somewhere in Greece. Where the hell is Messimvria? What is Messimvria in Bulgarian? Where's Mesimbria? Oh, it's Nesaba. I'm an idiot. Um, yeah, so it's Mesimbria. Mesimbria is a cool name. I think I would prefer Mesimbria. And anyway, so lots of Greeks colonized there, lived there over the time, and it's like a really amazing geographical site to put a city on. And there is just so many ruins there. I just knew nothing about this stuff. It's crazy. There is like an ancient theater in East Roman red brick. The walls are dope. There's heaps of ruins there, fortress walls. So I'm going to check that out. I'm really excited to see Mesimbria. It is called Mesimbria. Okay, whatever. Um, to see, what's it called? Nesabar. Nesabar, dude. I think the Black Sea coast has a lot of historical. I mean, I don't think. I know the Black Sea coast has a lot to offer. I just got to check it out more. And then the next one I want to go to after that is Varna, which, as a Greek, is sends chills down my spine. Because if I'm not mistaken, the Battle of Varna, I think there was two Battle of Varnas. One was Ottoman Empire versus the Crusaders, which the Ottomans won, and fair enough. But I think there was one. Which was it? Varna? What was the battle where Siege of Varna, Byzantine Bulgarian Wars? Fuck, I was right. Did we lose that? Yeah, we did. And I thought that the Byzantine Emperor Samuel. Anyway, so the Bulgarians won. What do you want me to tell you? So yeah, I really want to check out the Domitian of the Mother of God. That's a beautiful church. Bulgarians be surprising. I think people underestimate Bulgaria as a country and as a tourist destination. I mean, I don't know how much I trust that beach, but Naval Museum, I want to go there. But like, Bulgaria really punched above its weight in the Balkan Wars. I mean, they almost took Constantinople, don't forget. They got really close. They got closer than Greece did, I'll tell you that much. Um, Monument to Bishop Simeon. That sounds cool. My Google Maps is just all dots of where I want to go now in Eastern Europe. Clock Tower, it's probably Ottoman. They'd be good at making clocks. So I want to go to Varna, and then I really wanted to go to where Peskore, where Trajan built that bridge across the Danube. But I think that's in Serbia, right? And Romania. Yeah. So then I want to go to Bucharest, obviously. I want to see the new church that everyone's ranting about. That will be cool. I wonder if there's any Roman ruins that's going to be possible to find. Well, maybe not. And then Chisinau in Moldova. I'm going deep Eastern Europe. Some people call it Central Europe, but it feels like Eastern Europe culturally. And then I'm thinking from there we go Warsaw, still haven't been there, and then do the Baltics by train. But I'm actually most excited for Bulgaria. I never thought I'd say that in my life. But I am pretty excited for Bulgaria. I think this weekend I will go to Meteora and Trikala. There's a Byzantine castle in Trikala. And of course, Meteora. I want to check out all the monasteries there. Because I'm from Thessaloniki. I'm from Kythira and Laconia. And so the south of Greece, I've been to like 100 times just this year. And so besides Thessaloniki, Chalkidiki, and all the places I walked through. Haven't done that much of northern Greece, and there's so many Byzantine stuff there. That's very cool. And I'm thinking, after I do Christmas in Austria, I'll come down and do the Balkans, which I'm really excited for. So anyway, a bit of an adventure around Turkey and the Balkans this week. Just I think it's interesting that it's such a overlooked place historically. I love Eastern Europe, and I think well, I know I'm going to go and check it out. So there's going to be a lot of interesting content coming out in December and January while I'm waiting for the farmhouse to come together. So that paperwork, of course, takes forever in Greece because everything takes forever in Greece. But I've just started a new series on YouTube of that farmhouse build. Obviously, the first episode was just me going with an engineer and builder, figuring it all out. So that stuff's slowly being worked out. But it's kind of a slow time in my life. So things are slow. I'm just planning things out, researching things I just don't know about. I'm currently reading. You know what? Let me give you a bit of an office tour. I'm currently reading the Alexiad, which I'm loving, by the way. Anna Komnenos, what a legend. Absolute coolest Greek chick in history for this month, in my mind. Pretty cool. She's cool. Alexios Komnenos is a legend. I didn't realize Alexios Komnenos sacked the city of Constantinople as he took it over. That's not good. I mean, a lot of his army were barbarians, let's say. A lot of them were Turks too. But usually you don't sack the city you want to be the emperor of, right? I can't imagine the Constantinopolites like that. But anyway, I'm up to that part in the book. And yeah, so let me take you on a tour of the office. This is a map made in like the 1500s of my island of Kythera. It's in Venetian Italian. Descrizioni dell'isola di Cerigo. Cerigo is the Venetian name for Kythera. That's why even now in Greek, some will call me Kyth. If you say someone's from Kythera, you don't say they're like Kytherian up at Kythera necessarily. You say they're Cerigotti. Cerigo, ba. And that's why I'm 50% Italian. And, you know, Guinness World Record, Forbes, Malakia, and Greek flag, because I can't keep a plant alive. And I have a mini bar here now. Never really use it, but that's the office tour. So, yeah, that's the update from me. Good week of learning to do. I'm learning about Turkey now. I'm trying my best to be a fair historian, Instagram historian, which comes with no credibility, of course. But I think if you have topics you think I should learn about Turkey, that I should be Googling and reading about, tell me about them. This week I learned about Alevi, Sufi world dancers, Kurds, Bomaki, which is Greek in Greece and the Balkans and Turkey too. So I'm learning about stuff. I'm here to learn. Give me some topics to learn about. I'll put them on the podcast. But that's it for this week. I'll see you next week.